Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So I also watched episode 2 of the new Batman series, Crusader. This episode featured Clayface, specifically actor Clayface, as he is also featured in the Arkham series. I believe he's just in Arkham City. I think he's mentioned in Arkham Asylum. I don't know. I don't remember if Clayface was up at night. He's in Gotham Knights. I don't know if it's the same version of Clayface, but see, again, I love the dark, gritty tone of the series and the detective elements. Again, reminds me of the Batman, the Maverick universe in particular. There have been other versions that have been, I guess, gritty, but I would say the tone of the overrated Dark Knight trilogy just came inconsistent to me. Especially once you see Harvey Dent get his face blown off and he survives, all that grounded, realistic crap goes out the window. And by the way, they have Harvey Dent in this show, and they have Harvey Bullock. So that kind of made me a little geeked out a little bit. I remember being a fan of Harvey Bullock back in the day in the '90s series. So Harvey Dent, kind of hoping they don't do the Two-Face thing right away. Like wait a couple seasons would be my suggestion. Again, I think this is an opportunity for this series to really branch out with the villains, because they're just, whether it's in film or TV, you always seem to do the same, like 5 villains from Batman. It's either the Joker or the Riddler, Mr. Freeze, or I don't know, Mad Hat. He's got so many other enemies that just don't get spotlight because the Joker is always taking over stuff. Again, with the Arkham series, he's in Asylum, he's in Cities and Origins, he's in Night, he's in the Telltale games. He's made at least one appearance in every other Batman film out there. I know he's going to show up in the next Batman at some point. I'm just waiting for it. Not like complaining, I'm just saying, like, get someone else to have some spotlight. And I believe this episode introduced Renee Montoya. Like the creative decisions for this show are kind of interesting, because we got Jim Gordon and Barbara Gordon as African Americans in this version, which is interesting. A little shocked by that, honestly, especially considering it's in the '40s. So I don't think that would actually happen. That definitely wasn't a thing back in the day. So I'm a little shocked by that decision. They gave her quote unquote red hair. But I'm like, seriously. So we got Chick Penguin in the first episode, and then we got African American Commissioner Gordon, Barbara Gordon. Now, it's not a complaint, I'm just like, it's an interesting decision because I was not expecting it, and I didn't recognize her at first. I'm like, that's supposed to be Barbara Gordon. With they made Lucius Fox a lawyer, Bruce's lawyer, which makes sense. I'm sure he also makes his gadgets. And I don't think Wayne Enterprise existed in the '40s, but it's nice to see some familiar faces. Because I thought one of these dudes was Luke Fox, but I guess he wouldn't be born yet. Way too early for Batwing, so. Yeah, so this episode featured Clayface and this murder mystery, which is kind of dark, I gotta say. Again, the '40s, Batman wasn't like this compassionate hero that he is in the present day, or even the '90s series. He was brutal. He didn't care if criminals died or lived. He didn't care. And that's where they got Ben Affleck, Batman, confused people, because that's exactly what they did with him. He didn't care if criminals died or lived. And there's a problem in that with that version because they didn't establish him properly. Just threw him into the movie because they were afraid Superman wouldn't sell on us. They rated the Chris Reeves era, then Superman can't be in a film by himself. Hence the James Gunn Super Friends movie. Not to go off topic, but it's all written in the stars, people. Like it's literally right in front of us. But the murder mystery is interesting to me. I like those types of things. I love when they focus on the actual detective elements of the Batman character. I think that's when the character really shines, which is exactly why I say that I don't want any sidekicks in the show. I don't want Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, no sidekicks in this show. Please. I really just want us to focus on the Batman and detective elements, solving crimes, all that stuff. Robin doesn't even show up for a little while anyway, but I just feel like if they throw Robin in there, it's going to ruin the show. Robin ain't a dark character, so the whole point of Robin wearing bright ass colors was to tone down Batman from being as dark and gritty as he was originally. That's why that 60s show was so goofy. Maybe it worked at the time, but for this show, tonally, there's no way that'll work. So hopefully they don't might get hopefully we don't even get a Batgirl type character in this either because that'd probably work even less. Like this is Barbara Gordon, I've just seen that with her personality. Maybe she will down the line, but right now she's kind of a blank slate to me. So I always laugh when I see African chicks in real life or having red hair. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I kind of laughed a little bit when I saw like that's supposed to be Barbara Gordon. Like, are you serious? Like I was kind of afraid they would go down the modern route. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I'm like, I understand. So we're doing the modern thing with these classic characters. It definitely wouldn't have been no African American Commissioner Gordon in the damn 40s. That's for damn sure. So imagine my surprise when I see someone called the Barbara. I'm like, Barbara Gordon? Looks like she's a district attorney or something. She has an office and everything, which again wasn't very common back then for ladies. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just a little shocked with some of the creative decisions. Yeah, it's definitely Jar Raven's work right there, for sure. Like I trust Matt Reeves and Bruce Timm more than I ever trust Jar Ravens when it comes to the Batman, who is my favorite comic book character, by the way, despite my channel name. Batman will always be the best, and there's always going to be a reason why he's so popular. Always going to be more popular than Superman's whiny ass. That's for sure. Isn't really that hard to do. I mean, just look at that dopey Superman cartoons on now. It's always crying over Lois. It's really how you get these days, like grown men crying over some broad. I have never, ever seen Batman cry over a chick. The day he does is the day I burn all my Batman comics. I have never seen him cry over a chick. Not until the Dark Knight movies. She's going to wait for me, Alfred. Crying over Miss Piggy. It's so dumb looking back on it. It's overrated freaking movies. I remember in the 90s animated series, the way Batman had to stop Clayface, he had to sneak into the janitor's room or something and play all these tapes of Matt Hagen, and then he became overwhelmed with all the shapeshift and then he like passed out or something. This one was kind of interesting because apparently his motivation for turning and becoming Clayface was abroad. Surprise, surprise. He had the hots for this chick at his office. He wound up changing his looks with this formula that made his face all squishy and stuff. And then she ended up directing him anyway. So there you have it. It was an okay episode. It's not the best out of the three that I've seen of the show so far. 3 out of 10. But I thought the series premiere was pretty strong. This was a good follow up. Yeah, I love the tone. I love the setting. The design of this series is absolutely fantastic. Uh, I don't have that many negatives, honestly. Might be a little biased when it comes to Batman, but I'll always be honest with this type of stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty solid series so far. I think it's a pretty good follow up to the animated series. I'm kind of relieved that they picked the 40s for this because it's pretty easy to get lost in the you gotta do the kid friendly thing. Like, man, F the kids, man. Made this for the people that have been around for a minute. Yeah. Like I said, I was a little definitely impressed with the 40s setting. I definitely didn't think that I would actually do that, considering how brutal he is back in the day. But if you want to make a comparison to like seeing it in live action, the closer we got to the 40s Batman is probably Ben Affleck. Like combination of, but he's a combination of 80 years of Batman comics for sure. Detective and crazy unhinged Crusader. Yeah, I really do like. I like how the series is unfolding. And I think my favorite episode is probably episode 3 so far. We'll get there. But episode 1, I gave 8 out of 10. This is also another 8 out of 10. Just yeah, it's good.